What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. It's your boy Terabyt Reacts as I look around trying to put my headphones somewhere. Thank you guys so much, man. Legend of the Galactic Heroes. What can I say? Great show. Love the political views. There's a lot of I love when this anime is moving. So I just want to be honest about some things because that's what I do over here. I try to be as honest as possible when it comes on to any series that I'm watching, I'm feeling at the time, whatever the situation is, right? So for this series, great story so far. So I don't want you guys to take this the wrong way because, when you talk about something that people love and stuff like that, they want to go ballistic about it. But this is just my opinion, guys, and from my experience from watching this show. And it doesn't take away from anything that I've watched. These beginning 20 episodes, mind you, they've had some really exciting moments. Some really exciting moments. And it's not about the excitement, right? But the pacing for these 20 episodes, my God, the pacing, it's been it's been fluctuating so much to the point where now that I'm about to go watch episode 21, I'm just like, what kind of pacing are they gonna give me now? And this is just a small criticism that I have with the show where it's like the pacing is not very consistent. Like, there are these moments in the show, there are these moments that I feel that are completely unnecessary. You get what I'm saying? Like, they'll spend a whole, not a lot of time, don't get me wrong. It's not like they spend a whole episode doing it, but it just kind of takes away from but from my enjoyment of the show. I wish the pacing was a little bit more consistent due to the fact that I've only watched 20 episodes for the main series so far. You know what I'm saying? We've watched the 2 movies, or whatever you want to call it. You guys have been keeping me up to date, telling me that these people were working with Reinhardt and or Wenley, whatever the situation is. So as I said, I'm not bashing the show, but I wish the pacing was a little bit better for the show. So this is a small criticism that I have with the show so far. And when pacing is not great, when pacing is not great for anything that you watch, whether it be TV show, anime, any kind of media, if the pacing is not great, if you're a person that listens to music, watch TV shows, watches anime, watches any kind of media, or consume any type of media, over time you start to notice that there's cadence to everything that you do. And when it comes to media, you will notice, if you're sitting down watching a movie for 2-3 hours, trust me, when you're finished, you're gonna notice those areas where the pacing didn't have to slow down, or didn't need to slow down, or you could have done something better, or there were scenes that were unnecessary and stuff like that. You're gonna notice stuff like that if you've been consuming this stuff for a very long time. And I'm just saying I'm just saying that over time, and as I've consume all types of media over time, and if you don't understand what pacing is, you can go look it up. It's not that it's it's not that hard. You get what I'm saying? It's like cadence in music is extremely important, right? Especially when it comes on to rap music. Cadence is very important. If your cadence is stupid and it sounds bad, people are going to notice. You get what I'm saying? People are going to notice, and they're going to say it doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound good. You get what I'm saying? So when it comes on to this kind of stuff, when it comes on to watching stuff, sometimes the pacing, I think some people has told me that, it starts off kind of slow and it doesn't really get into stuff until like later on. I think you guys said season 2 is where things really picks up, and we're still in season 1, I believe. So I'm just looking forward to seeing what's going to happen next. You know, and this is not me saying, oh, I'm gonna stop watching the show because the pacing is not done well. It's just a small criticism, guys. Calm down. Okay, anyways, we're going to dive into some more Legend of the Galactic Heroes episode 21. I got 6 episodes to do today, so let's dive into it. For all you guys that have been supporting the videos, I really do appreciate y'all. Keep hitting the like button, keep leaving comments, and of course, if you guys want to support, there's always membership that you can go and join up and support the channel as well. I know these are not on early access, but you can still throw some money in there, you know what I'm saying, and support your boy. I'm trying to grow the membership, guys, because you know what I'm saying, if YouTube can, I've said it a million times before, if YouTube can become something that I can, you know, don't have to go do the things that I do in the daytime and, you know, feed myself and my peoples, right? Then I will consider becoming a full-time. I'm already trying to get to becoming a full-time content creator, and it's still not going to really be full-time, but you get what I'm trying to say. I would do this a lot more, and you guys will get, series will get finished a lot faster and stuff like that, because then I would have more time to record content. But in any case, I'm still gonna do what I do. So let's get to it, man. I'll see you guys for the review. Damn. 3 days.
ご苦労様。いや、まあこれくらいの約束がないとね。で、皆さんお揃いで召喚の出迎えならば恐縮ですな。ハイネ戦から脱出してきた者がいるのだ。今ここへ来るところなので待っているところだ。おお。バグダッシュ中佐をお連れしました。第11艦隊のバグダッシュ中佐であります。ハイネ戦を脱出したということだ。はい、正確にはハイネ戦を発進した第11艦隊から抜け出してきたのです。第11艦隊がハイネ戦を出た。はい、ヤン艦隊を迎え撃つべくこちらに向かっております。何？我々と戦うというのか？ルグランジュ中将は小細工抜きで正面決戦を挑むつもりのようです。そいつはありがたいな。ところでハイネ戦の様子はどうなんだ？誰か粛清されたりしているのかね？いえ、ドーソン大将、ビュコック大将をはじめ拘禁された人は大勢いますが、現在のところ粛清された人はいません。そうか。今後のことは分かりませんが、ところで復刊のグリーンヒル隊員がいないようですが。ああ、彼女は立場が立場なのでな。イゼルロン要塞に残してある。やれやれ、せっかくのキスマークが。ちょっと失礼。ミス・グリーンヒルがどこにいるか知ってるかい？
医務室です。今朝から頭痛がするとおっしゃって、心臓が重なっておいででしたから。
なるほどね。というわけだが、何か心当たりがあるか？
ええ、バグダッシュ中佐には一度お会いしたことがあります。父のところを訪ねていらっしゃったことがあって、確かその時にも現体制への不満を述べておいででしたわ。
やはりな、今時脱出者なんてタイミングが良すぎるからな。ヤン提督もきな臭いと思ったんだろう。奴がお前さんのことを尋ねた時にごまかしていたからな。俺が注意をそらしておいたから奴は気づいてないと思うな。
シェンコップ准将。
いや、心配はいらん。任せてもらおう。
准将
やっぱりだ。ミス・グリーンヒルの記憶力には定評があるのに、あえてバグダッシュを送り込んできたのは、早い時期にヤン提督を暗殺するつもりなんだ。それとグリーンヒル大将にも信頼できる部下は少ないってことかな。
准将、どうなさるんです？
クーデターが成功しようが同盟がどうなろうが俺は構わんがね。だがこんなところでヤン・ウェンリーに死なれちゃ今後の歴史の展開が面白くないからな。
バグダッシュはどうしてる？
脱出の疲れが出たんじゃないですか。よく眠ってますよ。
何かやったのか？
いや、タンクベッドのメモリをちょっとね、冷凍睡眠モードにしておいただけですよ。第11艦隊が片付くまではね。
ご苦労様。
いえいえ。ところで、その第11艦隊の件は本当ですか？
出てきているのは本当だ。偵察に出した駆逐艦から連絡があった。位置はデタラメだったがね。出会うのはこのドーリア聖域だな。
全将兵に次ぐ旧国軍事革命の成否、祖国の荒廃はかかってこの一戦にある。各員は全身全霊を挙げて自己の責任を全うし、もって祖国への献身を果たせ。この世で最も尊ぶべきは献身と犠牲であり、憎むべきは臆病と利己心である。全員の祖国愛と勇気に期待するや説である。
アッテンボロ、敵が分断されたら前半分は任せる。
了解。引きずり回してやりますよ。
頼む。各飛行隊の準備。
いつでも出られます。
バグダッシュめ、やはり失敗したな。予定通りヤンを暗殺しておればこんな苦労をせずに済んだもの。閣下、どうした？
中央を突破されました。前衛部隊との連絡は取れません。
敵は
右に回答しつつ我が方を包囲戦としております。
クエン男だな、ヤンは。
C ブロックから K ブロックの間はベクトル座標アルファ 6.48 ベータマイナス 3.73 ガンマ 0.04 に移動。
背後を襲われては被害が出るばかりだ。やむを得ん。まずあの分艦隊を殲滅する。対等中止。
アッテンボロ提督、敵が来ます。
オッケー、退却だ。
第一飛行隊出撃します。よーユリア、そこにいたか。見てろよ、俺が実地で手本を見せてやるからな。
困ったもんだ。ユリアン君は友人を選んだ方がいい。
Does he have better taste than friends?
敵のスパルタニアンが発進してきます。こちらもスパルタニアンを出せ。前衛部隊はどうしたか？
敵の分艦隊と交戦中の模様。
敵は戦う気がないのか。ならば本隊の援護に回るぞ。
敵が引きます。逃がすな、先生。
己小賢しい。閣下、飛行隊は全滅。すでに我が方の艦艇は十数隻を残すのみです。敵との通信回線を開け。ヤン・ウェンディ提督、将官にとっての最後の戦いが名だたる機関との戦いであったことを光栄に思う。軍事革命万歳、自由惑星同盟よ永遠なれ。
やれやれ、大変な戦いでしたな。
閣下、こちらが手間取った分、アッテンボロ提督の方に負担がかかっているはずです。早く。
What is the deal with these commanders just killing themselves? Is that like considered honorable? Is that what it is? Oh, we'll see about that.
ルグランジュ提督は自決して果てたそうだ。それではやはりバグダシ中佐は失敗したんですな。トリューニヒトの行方もまだつかめんようだし、情報部も案外頼りになりませんな。はい、貴様、もう一度言ってみろ。ブロンズ中将、クリスチャン大佐も言葉を慎み、今は何より我々自身の団結が重要な時だ。
しかしトリューニヒトの件では妙な噂が流れておりますな。どうも事前に我々の動きを知っていたらしいというのです。
考えたくないのですが、我々の中に内通者がいるのではないかと。
米大佐、めったなことを言うものではない。今も我々の団結が重要だと言ったばかりではないか。
わかりました。それでは噂の出所を調べ、抑えるようにいたしましょう。
ところでヤンの件も問題だが、統制によって破綻をきたした経済の再建が。
失礼します。市民たちに不穏な動きがあります。ハイネセンスタジアムに市民が集まり始め、その数がすでに20万人に達しようとしております。
なんだと。
しかもその集会は暴力による支配に反対し、平和と自由を回復する市民集会と謳っております。
挑戦だ。これは我らに対する挑戦だ。勝者は誰だ。政府要人はことごとく抗議したはずだぞ。
それが野党のジェシカ・エドワーズ。
Oh, it's Jessica. Okay.
閣下、長官が出向いて解散させ、死亡者どもをひっ捕らえてまいります。では、大佐、くれぐれも穏便にな。承知しております。10人ばかりここに並べろ。
何をする気なの？
無責任な平和論を唱える奴らが本気で物を言っているかどうか確かめてやるんだ。
That's crazy, bro. It's like a fucking firing squad. What the hell?
理想を抱く市民諸軍。平和的な言論は暴力に勝るというのが諸君らの主張だそうだが、間違いないかね。
そうだ。
なんてことを。
次の男、あんたもまだ同じことを主張するのかね。
許してくれ。私には妻子がいるんだ。殺さないでくれ。
死ぬ覚悟もないのにでかい口を叩きやがって。さあ言ってみろ。平和は軍事力によってのみ保たれる。武器なき平和などありえないとな。言ってみろ。さあ言え。
おやしなさい。
何？
死ぬ覚悟があればどんなひどいことをやってもいいというの？信念さえあればどんなひどいこともどんな愚かなこともやっていいというの？暴力によって自ら信じる正義を他人に強制する人間は後を絶たないわ。銀河帝国を作ったルドルフも、そして大佐あなたも。あなたはルドルフの同類よ。それを自覚しなさい。そしている資格のない場所から出ておいき。
Yo, what? This dude is dumb as hell, bro.
今ハイネセンからニュースが入りました。ハイネセンスタジアムの市民集会に軍が乱入し、主催者以下およそ2万人の市民を虐殺した模様です。
なんてことだ。しかしこんなこと。
Could you tell him who, please? I want to see his reaction to Jessica dying. Ouch. That's crazy, bro.
それについて一言も発しなかったという。周辺の各政権を平定したヤン・ウェンリーが艦隊を惑星ハイネセンへ向けたのは宇宙歴797年7月末のことであった。
Oh, that episode went by pretty fast. But that's crazy, though, that Jessica died because of these idiots. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. And the views that they have, man, it's just, even though Green Hill told him, handle this thing, you know, in a peaceful manner, because you don't want, one thing you don't want, you do not want the uprising of the civilians. You don't want that. Even in a dictatorship, you don't want that. You don't want that, because the citizens are always more than your military force. They're always more than, you know, what you were able to handle. You get what I'm saying? So eventually it's going to be overwhelming. That's why they talked about, you know, there's over 1 billion citizens, you know, on Heinesen alone. So if they choose to you know, go against them, they're gonna be in deep crap. You know what I'm saying? The thing about it is this, right? The thing about it is this, in which I wholeheartedly agree when it comes on to certain things, right? You know, what he was saying is completely wrong. When he went down there to, you know, line 10 people up and all this other stuff, is basically saying that you basically have to have conviction. It's like testing their pacifism, right? Because if you consider yourself a pacifist, you're basically an advocate for peace, right? So it's like you feel like, you know, it doesn't have to come to blows. It doesn't have to come to war. You know what I'm saying? For peace to exist. A lot of people do believe that war have to happen for peace to exist, which is completely bullshit. But, you know, no matter how you put it, there's no way that you can convince me that war has to happen for peace to exist. You can't convince me of it. You can't convince me. I don't care what history says. I don't care how history goes. Right? That may not be the reality, but don't tell me that that statement can be true. You get what I'm saying? Don't tell me that that statement is true. You get what I'm saying? And not in every situation when it comes on to, oh, that's how it always is in history. You know, there's a period of peace after war, right? Because that's not, but war didn't have to happen. When people say that war is absolute, it is necessary for peace to exist, right? I don't believe that. Yes, that may have been, but that's just because of how human nature is. We weren't put on this earth to fight against each other, to be agreeable. Like, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. When I hear people say stuff like that, I'm like, what? You know, why do we even exist at all? You get what I'm saying? If you believe that we have to fight, like I'm talking about physically, or shooting at each other and all this other stuff for peace to happen. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people might look at it and be like, oh, so you expect us to be in this utopian world where everything is just fine and dandy? Why can't it happen like that? Why is it such a bad thing to wish that we all get along? You get what I'm saying? Like, we look down on people who advocate for peace. We literally look down on people who advocate for peace. It's to the point where, you know, it's just like all this stuff that is going on today. All the ridiculous stuff that is going on today. Where do you think all of that stuff derives from? When people feel when people feel like they have to just sit down and just take whatever it is because, oh, peace may be on the horizon. You get what I'm saying? There's certain things that are stated that are a fact. You cannot change, and I can't do anything about that. But to say that people themselves cannot change or to give up on humanity, I know I'm not going to be here for thousands of years. I know that. I have probably, I don't know. But on average, I may have a good 50 years left on this earth, right? A good 50 years. On average, you know, I don't know if I'm going to live that long. I know death is coming. But I know I'm probably not going to see, I know I'm not going to see a time where soldiers are not over there fighting other people. I know that within my time of being here, I know that it's probably not going to happen. But does that have to change my mindset to think that people will never change? I still believe that there's hope that every single country in the world can come together, understand that we need to help each other, but it's just this constant fight for dominance and power and to prove whose dick is bigger is the reason why we just stay down. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things, man, where I look at and I'm just like, when I hear certain people talk and it's like they've completely lost hope in humanity overall. That is the cause. When you're living in a police state, you can't do that. You can't do that if you're in a democratic society, living in a democratic society. You can't, because, the government is not doing what you feel like they should be doing, right? You disturb the peace. Give you guys a perfect example. People storming the Capitol. One of the worst displays of humanity that I've ever seen in the U.S. Ridiculous. Storming the Capitol building. Because Trump didn't get back in office? Are you ridiculous? Are you stupid? You get what I'm saying? It goes both ways. It goes both ways. Now, if they should have turned Washington into a police state after that, then you're gonna have people talk. Then you're gonna have the people talking about, it's our freedom to do that. You can't do this, and then you're gonna have protesters, and then things are just gonna get out of hand. These are the times that we live in, and they think that you think that I'm going to sit down and I'm going to agree. They were wrong for doing that. I don't care how much you love Trump. I don't care how much you love the individual, or you feel like this is the right way, or you feel like you have the freedom to protest because you're an American or whatever. You don't do stupid shit like that. I'm not saying that people shouldn't protest. Protest your heart out for whatever you believe in. You have the right to do that. Right? Do it in a peaceful manner. Do it in a peaceful manner. But then, in this anime where you have this idiots coming down and try to basically tell people, you know what? If you're not willing to die for your freedom, you're not a realist. You get what I'm saying? You're not a part of this. Right? It's completely ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. And is when I watch stuff like this, guys, I'm gonna have an opinion about stuff. Because a lot of times I see this stuff, whether it's anime, whether it's TV shows and stuff like that, and people don't stop to talk about anything. But for the 100 of y'all that'll watch this video, I would hope that you think differently than these idiots. I would hope that you don't think that war is necessary for peace. I would hope that you don't think like that. It's because of how those people is taught in the past, in history, why war had to happen. It's because of that. I can't put it no other way. I can't put it no other way. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it literally hurts to talk about certain stuff like this, because it's just like, you want to live in peace with your brother, man. I want to be able to go to any country in the world and don't have to worry. Not necessarily don't have to worry about getting robbed or anything like that. I'm not talking about petty stuff like that, because that stuff is gonna happen regardless. That stuff can happen to you. There's a high chance in certain countries of you getting robbed, of certain things happening, you coming up missing in any country. Doesn't matter what it is. America, wherever. There is a chance. Right? Because people are always going to be people. And we get that. But on a general note, you want to be able to go to any country, right? And just talk to people. You can't really do that. Don't get me wrong, there are countries that you can do that, but I want that to be happening around the world, not just for certain places that we know of. I want to be able to go everywhere. I know within my lifetime, I'm not going to get to go to every single country on earth, and that's one of the things I love to do. I love to travel. And if every time I'm trying to travel, I'm like, oh, I'm not going there because, oh, there's war going on over there. They're dropping bombs over there. You know what I'm saying? I know in my lifetime this is probably not going to happen, but I'm not going to stop hoping that it does happen. That there's no more war. That you know what I'm saying? Look at what happened in Afghanistan the other day, man. Like, it's just... You know, and the thing about it is that when stuff like that is happening, then you have people in America complaining about gender. Gender! My God, man. You know, let's get to the next episode. Let's get to the next episode.
私どもはフェザーンの商船です。乗せているのは聖地巡礼の民間人の一行でして、老人、婦人、子供がほとんどです。ご覧いただければわかります。
いや、結構。食料とか医薬品とか不足しているものはありませんか？
赤ん坊に飲ませるミルクが少々。
わかりました。部隊の物資を分けてあげなさい。
ありがとうございます。
いえ、では気をつけておいてください。
いい人ですな、キルヒアイス提督は。
気の毒に。
何がです？
いい人間は長生きしない。特にこんなご時世には。敵の第三波、引きました。
Is that foreshadowing that Siegfried is gonna die?
行動に粘りと統一性が見られるようになりましたが。いよいよか。
おそらくメルカッツが前線に出てきたんだ。となると、
Oh, really?
こちらが不利だな。ここは引くか。
しかし、ここで賊軍に形の上だけとはいえ勝利を与えると、敵味方の士気に与える影響がいかがかと。
よし、ここは交代だ。このシャンタウス駅は多大の犠牲を払ってまで死守する価値のあるところではない。奪回するのはローエングラム島にやっていただこう。
メルカッツ提督を相手にするより、その背後のブラウンシュバイク校と戦うべきでしょう。
シャンタウス駅など無視してガイエスブルクの攻略に専念せよというのだな。
はい、おそらく敵もシャンタウス駅を維持することにはこだわりますまい。
だがガイエスブルクも難攻不落と言われる。どうするかな。
今回の転身もちょうど良い材料かと思いますが。
そうだな。
おお、メルカッツ提督、ご苦労だった。
いや、さすがは名将の誉れ高いメルカッツ提督。お見事お見事。
成り上がりの小僧などとは実力が違います
な。いや、これは我が軍が勝ち取ったというより敵が放棄したものに過ぎません。自分たちの力を過信するのは危険です。
そうか、提督は慎重だな。
それよりリッテンハイム港のお姿が見えぬようですが。
そういえば公爵の機関オストマルクもおられぬようですし、随分艦営が減っているように見受けます。
リッテンハイム港は辺境聖域の奪還のために出ておられる。
なんと
5万隻の艦隊を率いて辺境で鳥なき里のコウモリを気取る赤毛の小僧を退じてこられる。
司令官たる将官は存じておりません。
命したるわしが許したのだ。
しかしこと軍事に関する限り。
提督、リッテンハイムはここにおると何かとうるさいでな。行きたいと申すなら行かせた方が良いのだ。辺境で平民どもが自治だなんだと不穏な空気が生まれておる。それを制中するのは我らが大義だ。そんなことより祝勝会の準備をしておる。さあ参ろ
う。申し訳ありませんが、年のせいかいささか疲れました。今日のところは失礼させていただきます。では。
叔父上がせっかく用意されたもの、無礼ではありませんか。
まあよい。
しか
し面白みのない男だ。
We don't want to party with y'all.
何事ですか、司令官。
ローエングラム港より新たなご命令です。敵の副命衆リッテンハイム港がブラウンシュバイク港との確執の挙句5万隻の艦隊を率いてこちらに向かっているそうです。これと戦って撃破せよとのことです。
いよいよですか。
これまでの情報によりますと、リッテンハイム港はこのガルミシュ要塞を根拠に定め、このキホイザー聖域に陣を張っております。
ここで決戦になるでしょう。その際私は本隊として800隻を率います。
たった800隻。
敵兵発見、数およそ4万。
やってきおったか。どうせ鼓動と戦うなら金髪の方を相手にしたかったな。赤毛の子分の方では不足だが、仕方ない。
敵艦隊車線陣を取っています。どう対処されますか。
小賢しい真似を数で圧倒する。小細工は無用だ。撃てい。始まったな。敵の左翼はたかだか2万。なぜ一気に打ち崩せんのか。
恐れながら我が方の艦艇5万隻と申しましても、その構成も編成比率も通常のものと異なりまして、
無謀の衆だと申すか。
いえ、しかし数ほどの働きをするには。
左舷方向新たな敵確認。
何？
数1000隻未満。
何をうろたえる。敵は少数ではないから。今だ、砲撃開始。よ
し、全艦突撃。
恐るべきものだ、キルヒアイス提督は。あれだけの艦隊で5万の大艦隊を翻弄しておる。
敵の艦隊編成の不備を看破したからこそだ。今だ。敵の混乱に乗じて一挙に殲滅する。全艦突撃。
戦艦コスラール撃沈。戦艦ドートムンド大破。
あれは。
あれがリッテンハイム港の機関だ。逃がすな。戦乱の元凶を捉えろ。
He dipped.
なんだあれは。味方の補給艦です。長期戦に備えて補給のために待機させておいたものです。
しろ。撃てというのだ。
しかしあれは味方の。
味方ならなぜ私が逃げ転身しようとするのを妨げるのか。構わぬ撃て。撃てという。
Bunch of bitches, bro.
どうだ、可愛いだろ。双子だったと。
ああ、よかったじゃないか。お前もついに親父か。
ああ、この手で抱くまでは実感がわかんがね。ああ、早く帰りたいものだ。
エネルギー発接近。敵と違います。味方が。
Killing the people supplies to escape, bro.
誰かいないか。おい。
はい。
コンラッド・リンザー大尉であります。義手が間に合いませんので失礼します。
私の役に立てるということだな。
私はリッテンハイム港が逃走のために味方を殺したという事実の生き証人です。
なるほ
ど。この腕という証拠もあります。これを要塞にいる連中に見せればみんなの考えも変わるでしょう。
リッテンハイム港に対する忠誠心はもうないわけですね。
忠誠心ですか。美しい響きの言葉です。しかし都合の良い時に乱用されているようです。
Very true.
この内戦はいい機会だと思いますよ。ある種の人間は部下に忠誠心を要求する資格がないのだという実例を何百万人もが目撃したわけですからね。
わかりました。では協力を頼みます。ガルミッシュ要塞に降伏を呼びかけてもらいましょう。
承知しました。その必要もないかもしれませんが。
What a bitch.
ウェーゼル狙撃大隊のラウディッツ中佐、リッテンハイム港にお目にかかりたい。
そのような汚い格好では。
汚いだと。俺はリッテンハイム港のために命がけで戦い、公爵が逃げ出したために死んだ俺の部下だ。何をしに来た。無礼なやつめ。お前が命を捨ててお守り申し上げたリッテンハイム港はこの方だ。忠誠の褒美をいただき。
い
It's a suicide bomber? Yo.
爆発しました。あれは司令室のあたりです。この機を逃がしてはならない。ベルゲングリュンとビューローに連絡。直ちに揚陸艦を出して要塞を占拠せよと。はっ。
こうしてガルミッシュ要塞は陥落し、貴族。
お前小僧、よくも言いたいことを。シャンダウ聖域で敗れたことを忘れたか。
あの小僧をひっ捕らえた者には恩賞は思いのままだぞ。
閣下、敵が接近してまいりました。何？要塞四方の射程スレスレのところでしきりに G コードを取っております。
これ見よがしに。
あれはスターデン提督が敗れた疾風ウォルフの艦隊です。
平民どもめ、調子に乗りおって。
どこのことやられきよった。メルカツ総司令官、出撃命令を。シャンタウの二の舞を回せてやりましょうぞ。メルカツ提督。
ならぬ。敵の時義としか見えぬ動きには必ずや裏がある。断じて出撃はならん。
あの小僧にあそこまで言われて黙っていることなどできぬ。
まったくだ。このままなら我ら門閥貴族の保険に加わる。
その通り。どうです？我らだけで打って出るというのは。
おお、望むところ。
It's some bullshit, man. The fact of the matter that you have people that think like this is just like.
逃げ足の速いやつめ。疾風オルフの疾風とはそういう意味か。
何が罠だ。何もないではないか。
メルカツ提督の取り越し苦労も度が過ぎるというものだ。
なぜ勝手に出撃したのか厳しく禁じたはずではないか。命令違反の門で全員軍法会議の覚悟せよ。
Court martial. Good luck with that, buddy.
私どもは死など恐れません。敵と戦って名誉の死ならむしろ望むところ。しかし勇気と自尊心を知らぬ司令官によって処断されるなど耐え難い苦痛です。いっそこの場で
Then do that, my guy. Oh my God, Flagel or whatever his name is. One of the things that is one of those things where you get orders and you don't listen to orders. Merkatz is the one with the experience, right? He's the experienced one, and he's telling you, stop playing into the enemy's hands, because that's all they do, and they think it's so. I don't even know how to explain it at this point, because it's just like what they're doing is just idiotic. I mean, there's no better word to describe it. It's just idiotic behavior. It's not thinking anything through. They think that blind courage is actually courage. It's not courage, my guy. If you deliberately put yourself in danger for glory, shit is stupid. It's stupid. You lack brain cells, man. Come on. If the Baron is so bravely prepared to die, we mustn't let him die alone. So I should go die with him? What kind of bullcrap? You know what, man?
我ら全員この場で自殺し、帝国貴族の誇りを世に示そうではないか。
帝国、現に勝ったのだから良いではないか。この指揮をこそ貴重なものとすべきであろう。諸君の勇気と忠誠は帝国貴族精神の成果を万人に知らしめたものであり、思い上がった平民どもに正義の鉄槌を下したものである。これは称すべき行為であると認める。もはや我らに恐れるものはない。我々は勝利する。勝って正義の所在がいずれにあるかを示すのだ。帝国万歳。
Then the leader ain't no better.
何か敵がまた戻ってきました。長射程のミサイルで攻撃してきております。
何？おじい上、こたびも我らにお任せあれ。
いや、わしも出る。全軍で出撃し、今度は逃げる隙も与えず。
Okay, great. You can get killed too.
指揮は
わしが取る。提督には留守を守っていただこう。では参るぞ。
だかバカ息子ども。戦いとはこういう風にやるものだ。やはり罠だ。後退しろ。味方に構うな。全速で逃げろ。しかし提督、わからぬか。我々は敵中に引きずり込まれたのだ。こうしている間に左右から敵の伏兵が押し寄せてくるぞ。
シルブだ。これは敵の最後のあがきだ。
閣下、両舷より新たな敵が接近してきます。
何？
ここをお引きください。艦列が伸びきってる分、我が方が不利です。このままでは各校撃破されます。
おのれ、小僧めが。
よし、割り切りを出せ。正中家を確保するのだ。
先行する敵には構うな。逃げ道をなくして必死の反撃を誘うことはない。射程内の敵を確実に倒すことのみ考えるのだ。どうせ彼らは逃げられはしない。
振り切ったか。まだだ。まだ速度を落とすな。左舷後方よりまた新たな敵が。やはり来たか。構うな。前へ進むことのみ考えて一気に突き抜けろ。敵は前からは襲ってこない。さすがだ、ローエングラム公。
民衆から搾取してきた大貴族どもの元凶はブラウンシュバイク公だ。生死は問わぬから決して逃がすな。
元帥閣下よりブラウンシュバイク公を捕らえた者は一兵卒でも将軍にしてくださるとのご沙汰があった。機会をつかめよう。
Can we please hurry up and get rid of these idiots, please? I'm tired of seeing them on screen, honestly. Because they're just so dumb. They don't listen to reason. They just like, oh, we are mighty nobles. Ah.
おそらく策が終わりなのでしょう。本戦も同行してはどうかと思いますが。
何？
少なくとも提督は艦隊戦の専門家です。
それもそうだな。よし、そうしろ。
は。
おじゆえとは連絡が取れんのか。
すでに味方はバラバラでいつすらつかめません。ガイエスブルグとは連絡がつかんのか。
はあ、左右よりまた新たな敵へ。
敵はすでに艦隊と呼べるものではないが、我らのために大きな獲物が残っているぞ。
ブラウンシュバイクを逃がすな。それにしてもシャンタウ聖域を放棄したことすら戦略の中に組み込んでしまうとはな。さすがにローエングラム公だ。それともオーベルシュタインか。
敵の7割方は撃破するか捕らえるかしましたが、ブラウンシュバイク公は未だ捕らえておりません。どうやら公爵自身はそれほど前に出ていなかったようですな。
どうせ後方で偉そうに構えていたのだろう。奴自身の尊大さが身を助けるか。
コモオートだよ。
あれは敵か。いえ、あれは味方です。
全艦突撃。ブラウンシュバイク公をお救いしろ。
Oh my god. Mercats had to come out and save his ass.
全艦速度を落とせ。一旦交代だ。
それがバカになら。みんなが公を忘れついたか。
なんたる秀才。艦隊陣形を崩すな。休憩時に再編成しながら交代。
交代しつつ順次砲火を近距離に転換。こちらもワルキューレを用意。
さすがだな。一時の混乱をすぐに立て直したか。ブラウンシュバイク公は
後方に下がられました。
そうか。それではタイミングを測って引くぞ。敵の本体がこのうちにな。
メルカッツも伊達に年は食っていないが達者なものだ。
ブラウンシュバイク公はガイエスブルグに逃げ込みました。もはや敵にはまとまった兵力と言えるものは残っておりますまい。あとは時間の問題ですが。
時間の問題か。
メルカッツ、なぜもっと早く救援に来なかった。
Bitch! Excuse me? Didn't I tell your ass not to go?
怒るな。ブラウンシュバイク公は病人なのだ。
病人ですって。
精神面だな。その病気を育てたのは500年にも及ぶ貴族の特権の伝統。
Illness.
そうだな。その意味で言うと公爵もむしろ被害者なのかもしれんな。
Excuses.
あれで通じたのならな。不運な人だ。
ブラウンシュバイク公は不運な人かもしれない。だがその人に未来を託さねばならぬことはもっと不運ではないのか。
You're right.
この時すでにリップシュタット戦役の奇数は決していた。だが惨劇はここから始まる。
Bullshit, man. Bullshit. Sometimes you wish you could just reach through the screen and just punch some people in the face. I mean, I wish this part of it, this whole civil war that is going on, it's not interesting to me. It's let me not say it's not interesting to me, because people might take that the wrong way. Okay, the reason why I say it's not interesting to me is because we all know who's gonna come out of this victorious. We all know that it's gonna be Yang, it's gonna be Reinhard. Like let's just not. I'm tired of seeing stupid people go to war. That's what I'm tired of seeing. I'm tired of seeing these people who think they know what war is and they think they know what the battle is about. No strategy whatsoever. Forge on ahead. That's stupidity. You get what I'm trying to say? Because you won't listen to reason. You won't listen to people who have experience. It's one of the growing themes of this anime. You get what I'm saying? It's just these old heads that just don't listen. They don't listen. In the sense of the prince is just, you're in over your head, dude. You're basically you started a war because you weren't chosen for the throne, right? They started a war because not either of them was chosen, or their sons weren't chosen for the throne, right? That's their reasoning behind starting a war. I hope you guys are seeing my eyes to understand how stupid that sounds even coming out of my mouth. You started a war because your son did not get the throne. You put millions of lives in danger because your son did not get chosen to be the next king. That's why you started a war, my friend. That's why you started a war. Are you kidding me? Then over on the other side, you have this Green Hill, this coup d'etat business that they're going on with. You get what I'm saying? Because they basically having a police state at this point, right? That's what they're doing. You know, trying to govern over these people using violence and force and fear. Ends up killing Jessica. I'm gonna be very candid in this review. I'm not even gonna go to my notes. I'm gonna be very candid in this review because these two episodes really triggered me a lot. They triggered me a lot because on one hand, right? On one hand, you have two different systems experiencing the same problem, civil war right now, right? The one over on the imperial side, the empire, right? It's completely unnecessary. That war was started out of pure stupidity. You get what I'm saying? Pure stupidity. And then on the democratic side, you have these idiots that decided, oh, we're going against the system. We're going against the system because we don't like how it's going. Right? I'm putting it in very simple terms. I know it's a little bit more complicated than that, but to simplify it, you really don't like what they've been doing with the democratic system and whatever. Let me tell you something, man, and this is one of the things. Nobody's gonna win. Let me just put it out there. Nobody's gonna win, when it comes on to stuff like this. Nobody wins. There's no winners in these situations, especially when it comes on to the Democratic side. And this is one of the things that I've always said. And people, when I've talked to people, it's like, oh, so you're a liberal. I'm like, listen, you can put whatever label you want to put on me. At the end of the day, I believe what I believe. I believe what I believe. You get what I'm saying? I tend to stay neutral when it comes on to most things when it comes political. I tend to stay neutral. I'm not too far left and I'm not too far right. You get what I'm saying? I tend to stay very neutral with things and try to be understanding of how, when people feel a certain way about certain things, or how they feel if their opinions differ. You get what I'm saying? Understanding someone and not forcing what you believe on them is a true understanding of what it means to be human. You understand what I'm trying to say? Because we're all individuals. Now, if you want to go associate yourself with a group that is extreme, that's all up to you. That's a choice you make. Just remember, just remember that when the cops come, that when the soldiers come for you and they start killing you because of your belief, don't look at me and said, I agreed. Don't look at me, because I never agreed. Not because I understand you and what you choose to fight for and understand your group. That doesn't mean that I'm going to fight with you. You get what I'm trying to say? It does not mean that I have to go out there and fight with you, because I believe that when people stir up trouble and then it ends up in violence, and then when the cops come, you want to be like, oh, they're killing us. It's absurd. There's consequences to actions, man. There's consequences to actions. And the thing about this is that this woman came out, organized a peaceful protest. All they were there to do is to say, listen, you guys have us basically in a police state, you know, this coup d'etat. Because yes, you may not agree with what the system, you think everything that the US government does, I agree with it? I don't agree with everything that they do. I don't even agree with all the laws, but they are the law. You know what I'm saying? Right? There are plenty of laws in these United States that I live in that I completely disagree with. That shouldn't even be in law. But it is the law. Right? If you're going to fight against it in a peaceful manner. You don't get a bunch of people with guns and go storm the Capitol. You get what I'm saying? You don't get you don't get a bunch of people and go storm the police station because they killed a black man down the street. That is not how you do it. That is not the proper way to do things. If you do things right, does it mean that things are going to change? No. It's not an absolute that things are going to change. Right? It's not an absolute because you go out there and do a peaceful protest that things are going to change, but you do it in a peaceful manner. You don't expect when you put forth violence, that violence is not going to be a thing that comes after. Violence begets violence. That's what we learn, right? Don't get me wrong. Sometimes the blame is on the other side as well. Sometimes the blame is on the other side as well, but you can't induce violence. You can't promote it, and then when it's thrown back at you, you're like, they're killing us. It just doesn't work like that, people. It just doesn't work like that. And as I said, these two episodes really triggered me today, man. They really triggered me because I'm just like, the fact of the matter that I'm watching this in an anime, and I know this shit happens literally almost every day in this country alone, much less around the world. You get what I'm saying? some of the stuff that people are like fighting for these days blows my mind that you even think that it matters. You get what I'm trying to say? A lot of stuff that I see people arguing about or having problems with or talking about. Oh, I was watching this thing the other day. I think it was a morning show in like the UK where this woman came on the show and she was like, she don't want to raise her kids to think that women should stay at home. These are the things we're worried about. You get what I'm saying? Because she don't want to be a stay-at-home wife. She don't want to be a stay-at-home wife. She chooses to go out and work. You get what I'm saying? Meanwhile, a housewife is literally sitting right next to her and trying to tell her it's a choice. There's nothing wrong with being a housewife. It's a choice. What do you mean? It's like she doesn't believe that kids should see that and every housewife should go get a job. It's a choice. Isn't that what you guys fought for? Equal opportunity? That's what you fought for. Equal opportunity, not necessarily equal outcome. You get what I'm saying? That's what women fought for. That was what feminism was all about. And I was all for it until what it is today. I can't roll with the feminism of today. It's pointless at this point. Because it's like, until women are just running everything, they're not going to be satisfied. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's what they want. And all men should die. You know, that's where we're at today. So these are the things that we're arguing about today, man. That just gets on my nerves, because there's so many more important things that we should be talking about, that we should be peacefully protesting about. But we have people out here talking about gender. Gender. Why is gender even a thing? Why is it a thing that we're arguing about? Why am I discussing what you are? It's obvious what you are. You get what I'm saying? When it pertains to gender, why is this even a debate? I am astounded at these arguments. I don't even try to entertain it anymore, man. I don't even try to entertain. Anybody want to discuss that stuff with me? I'm just like, yo, no. I don't want to discuss nothing about no gender. Okay? I don't want to discuss it. Believe what you want to believe. I don't care. Believe what you want to believe. I don't care, because I think it's a useless argument to have. It's useless, because we're never gonna get anywhere. And I think it's extremely unimportant. Believe it or not. I don't think it's important. I don't think the fact that is out there that men and women exist is a toss-up, okay? It's not a freaking toss-up. If you're a man and you want to be a woman, by all means, do it. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Do what you do. I don't want to have no discussions of it. I don't want to. Because it's not a need. I don't need to have the conversation. If that's what you want to do, you're a woman, you want to be a man, by all means. You want to have that conversation, have it with somebody else, because it ain't going to be me. I'm tired of trying to figure out why it's happening, because, as I said, it is not important. If you want to think it's important, that's all on you. But I don't think it's an important discussion to have. This is something that is coming on since the beginning of time. However you want to believe that men and women were created, whether it was the Big Bang, whether it was God created heaven and earth, whatever you want to believe in, at the end of the day, that is something that is coming from the beginning of time. You don't want to believe it? Fine. That's fine. Whatever you want to be it. Okay? At the end of the day, I think it is unimportant that where people are talking about, oh, this is so important. Why is it so important? Just let people live however they want to live. And whatever consequences that comes with it. There's consequences to being a man. There's consequences to being a woman, because it's all based on our freaking choices, man. I hate to go into stuff that doesn't even concern the episodes at all, but I don't even know why I'm even going in certain. It's just the world is just so effed up right now, and this anime is it's just putting me into that mind frame of just like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing? What are we doing? Where are we at in life in general? What is going on with the world today, man? And then people talk about, oh, the Bible ain't true. The Bible talked about this. It talked about all of this stuff. The Bible predicted all of this. The Bible predicted all of this. Whether it's the end times, we're basically living in them. At this point, you know what I'm saying? We're basically, I know that the world is probably going to be around millions, maybe even billions of years after I'm gone. Still gonna be here. But man, if this continues, I don't know where we're gonna end up. I don't know where we're gonna end up. I honestly can't give you an answer to that. I don't know where we're going to end up, because this is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous that the things, the stuff, the arguments, the conversations that we have today about certain things, as if we listen, man. Whatever you are, I can have a conversation with you, and it doesn't have to be about what you are. That's the point of the matter is, why can't we just love on each other, man? Why can't we just love on each other? Why do we have to, everything gotta be a fight? Whether it be something complicated, whether it be something simple, everything just seems to have this weird connotation behind it that just makes you, ugh. You get what I'm saying? And people think that a lot of this stuff is just so important, and I just don't believe so. I don't believe it. It's important. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm more concerned about your well-being. That's what I'm concerned about. How you doing today, sir? How are you doing today? Are you good? What's good? What's happening? Right? What's happening? That's what I want to know. How your day going? You had a bad day? Huh? Somebody stole your cookie today? How you feeling? Y'all don't understand, man. And the thing about it is, like, somebody in my family is having a tough time. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite people in the world, man. You know what I mean? And I don't want to put his business out there, and I'm you know what I'm saying? I want to put his business out there. He's going through a tough time, and I haven't even had a chance to talk to him face to face yet. And it's just, there's so many things that especially young people or going through these days, that they feel like they have nobody in this world to talk to. You know what I mean? Even when they know they have access to some of the most brilliant minds on the face of the earth, they still feel like they're alone. They don't have nobody. These are the things that are important in life. Us being together. Us being loving to each other. Those are the things that are important. Learn to love your brother, man. That's what's important, man. It's not all of this other stuff that people try to push on you and try to be like, oh, this stuff is important. You have to talk about it, else this and that and whatever and all of it's not important, man. It's not. And anybody that is out there that is hating on these people because they made a choice in their life, listen, if you're hating on those people, you are not a cool individual. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And guess what? You need to believe that if you do something like that, if you choose to be a man, if you choose to be a woman or whatever, if you are trans, okay? If you are trans and that's what you choose, you've got to be prepared to understand what the consequences are going to be. Whether I identify as a man or a woman or whatever it is and all these other spectrum of stuff that is going on right now, whether I believe whatever it is, there's consequences, that there's a certain type of life that's going to come with that. So you can't remove yourself from it. You get what I'm trying to say? You can't remove yourself from it. Whether I identify as a man and I experience hate, I experience love, all of those things are consequences of who you are. You are not exempt from it. Everybody is not going to love you. That is a part of life. Okay? And I'm sorry. It's not important for me to feel sorry for you because you're experiencing life. Because guess what? I'm sitting down here today and I'm telling you that what's important is to love each other. But guess what? It's not what it is. So we have to understand that. We have to come to an understanding that not everybody is going to do this, but it's what we want. That's what's important. That's what we should strive to instill in our kids, to understand. Love on each other. Don't care about race, ethnicity, and all of this other stupid things. Just understand that the person that is next to you is worth loving. How hard is that for anybody to understand? I mean, seriously, where are we going in life, man? Where are we going in life? Why is that so? You know, that's what I worry about. That's what I worry about. Is why is it that people don't love each other? Why is it that there's always a contention? Why is there prejudgment? Why is there all of these things? And people will chalk it up to human nature, but I don't believe it's just that simple. I just don't believe it's that simple. It's not human nature. We weren't created to hate other people. We weren't created to hate other people, man. Anytime I find myself in a place where I look at someone and I prejudge them for who they are, I reprimand myself. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is an individual. You don't know him. I'm guilty of this stuff too. But I'm always working on me. But you do have people out there that they've write off the world. They're not worth saving. I still believe the world is worth saving. I'm not a superhero or anything, but I'm not going to lose hope in the world because there's bad shit happening. But I digress. Because I could speak about this stuff for days on end. I could talk about this stuff for days on end. Because I don't care. You can take this bit. You can splice it up however you want to. Make me look bad. But I said what I said. I don't believe all of these arguments and stuff like, oh, it's not important to you. Yeah, that's what I said. It's not important to me. So I'm not going to waste time talking about it anymore. I'm not going to make a channel talking about this stuff. I'm not going to do it. Because I think it's a huge waste of time when all we should be teaching is love. It's that simple, but yet complicated. You know, facts are facts, man. You can't beat it. Facts are facts. But anyways, I will see you guys for the next one. Peace.